those crackheads that you saw, and in your mind, it's so clear to you. You're like, I don't want to look like that, so I'm never going to do crack. I promise you that crackhead never woke up one day and said, you know what?
But I mean, like a strong-minded person when I say that, because like I can see somebody, right? When I was out there, doing dirt, you feel me? And I seen people like crackheads, and I was like, why the hell would I want to look like that? So guess what? I didn't do crack. I'm dead serious. I looked at a crackhead like, there's no, other option. Gonna be a crackhead, you'll look like that, right?
And when back in the day when we were selling drugs, we were selling them to lawyers and doctors and software engineers, and you'd never know. So it affects everybody. But I will also say this: I think that we go back to the fact that we know that addiction is a disease. I do think there's a little bit of choice involved, but it's a disease. Those crackheads that you saw, and in your mind, it's so clear to you. You're like, I don't want to look like that, so I'm never going to do crack. I promise you that crackhead never woke up one day and said, you know what? I want to be a crackhead.
Exactly.
It's like, I think, we do need to have a little bit more compassion. I think that's part of the solution is, there's a lot of shame and stigmas that surround people that struggle with these things. And I think that, we need to remove that shame and, still try to see these people as people, because when we don't, that's why this cycle is it just continues because, there's a very large community of people, and I've experienced this because I've seen people look at people I care about in this way, is that, oh, you choose to live your life like that. Why would I want to help you? Because and it's not necessarily a choice. I think about my mom. She's one of the best people I know. And it really hurts me to think that someone would walk past her on the street and be like, oh, she's just a loser. You know what I mean? So when you walk past those people, you got to think about it. That's somebody's mom, sister, daughter, uncle, brother.